first up, sirloin steak, 12 ounce. Cooked medium. What do you think? Medium ought to do you, I think, pretty good. This is Naquil Bertrand. Now watch this guy. He is 6'7". He's 310 pounds. We plucked this guy out of Philadelphia as an offensive tackle. Hey, you know, is he kind of loafing a little bit? I mean, he's running down the field there, though, isn't he? Wait, is this is him on defense, right? What's he doing here? Oh, hey, hey, calm down. Hey, my friend, I need you to calm it down real quick. You're gonna hurt somebody on the other side. So this guy likes to play both ways as well. I thought he's gonna be a little bit of a teddy bear there, but more and more I watch this guy, guys keep ending up on the ground and him on top of him. I feel sorry for him. Here, look at that guy. You want this guy on top of you? Jeez Louise. I mean, it's just punishment. Punishment after punishment. He's just inside the top 1,000, by the way. He looks like he starts slow, but then he kind of gets picked up. If I'm thinking of a guy, he reminds me of, I mean, this is a big body. Jarvis Harrison comes to mind, probably first and foremost. Very imposing guy, you know, kind of, when you get him rolling, he's just going to keep putting you on the ground. That's kind of what I think of whenever I'm seeing this guy play. So he is, like I said, just barely inside the top 1,000. But keep that in mind. We have, we took four offensive linemen in this group, and we needed to do that. Keep stockpiling that. So I'm interested to see how this guy's going to turn out. You know, why would he be maybe rated so low? And I've got some answers for that maybe a little bit, especially on some other position groups, and that will kind of work into this whole thing. But I don't know. This, perhaps playing in Philadelphia is not as convincing to some of the scouts. But no problem. That's all right, because we got more steak. Let's get some potatoes, though. I like potatoes, don't you? How about Colton Thomason? All right, you couldn't really tell, he's kind of in the middle of the group there, but it'll be clear here on out from his huddle film. He's a number 27 tackle. He's just outside the top 300. He's 6'8", 325. And I'd say, just, let's see this. Watching this guy, he's 325 pounds of just smash and break. Is he just pushing that guy 15 yards down the field? My goodness. Who does he remind you of? I got two. I haven't decided between Thomason and Shanahan on who is who. Maybe it's Basantis. We got a couple more linemen. These two guys, I think he's either a Jake Matthews type or a Luke Jokel. I mean, that's the way he kind of plays. I get that nasty vibe from him, which they had as well. Just, you know, like when you grab a guy and you just continue to just punish him, like that's just nasty. Like you got that nasty streak in you, and like, I mean, just let him go, man. I mean, he pushed him nearly farther than the running back took the ball. He's strong too, very physically imposing. He's got pretty decent hand placement as well. Most of these guys are. One of the things I see from these offensive linemen is they will sometimes be playing against significantly smaller guys. And when they do that, they grab with their hands on the outside, because they can get away with that. And when you've got a smaller guy, you can just kind of lock them up. But you can see there, he's got at least one hand on the inside. And so he's dealing with a bigger dude there. So he's been pretty good with that. But you see there, he just kind of runs over 46 because, you know, he can. But if he will keep his hands inside, that will serve him a long way. That's one of the things these guys are probably going to have to work on as they transition to the next level. All right, next up, next course, ribeye, Wagyu, 44 Farms. I don't know. Take your choice. This is TJ Shanahan. Okay, he's the guy with the long hair right there. He's frequently going to be the guy on top of another guy who's also on the ground. Who does he remind you of? I got a hybrid kind of situation thought on this one, but he's the number 2 at his position. He's number 50 nationally, so we're inside the top 100. And he was the top player in New Jersey. He's 6'5", 290. I mean, no, I think this guy, yeah. I mean, he's just, doesn't he have kind of a nasty streak in him too? I think I got that wrong. You know what? This guy actually came out of Austin, Texas. He came out of Austin, Texas. I thought people weren't supposed to leave Austin, Texas. Sorry, I got him mixed up with Chase Basantis. He came out of New Jersey. But TJ is coming from Austin. I thought people weren't supposed to want to go to College Station, especially not leaving from Austin, right? We are going to have to think about that. We're going to have to reevaluate that. So again, TJ Shanahan, he's probably a hybrid, if I had to guess, between Cullen Gillespie and a Spencer Neely. The motor is there, the sort of the passion that you got from Cullen is there. You know, just kind of see it in the way he plays. It's the vibe I get. You know, he's got some of those places to grow as well with his hands, but his motor is what is so impressive to me. Huge and great pickup. Last I've got for you is a tomahawk ribeye. Okay, this is Chase Basantis. He was the top player in New Jersey. My fault. I got them mixed up. But he's number 2 at his position. Shanahan was number 7. So this guy's number 50 nationally. And he's our top-rated offensive tackle. And what just happened right there? Watch this guy work. Oh, okay. Now he's close there. He almost got a penalty for shoving out of bounds there. He's kind of like a snowplow, and he will just take you all the way down the field. These guys are nearly running the same distance as the running backs are a lot of times. I mean, all 4 of them, right? All 4 of these guys have high motors. They're kind of no quit. They all have that sort of, you get a little bit of that mean streak coming from them. Look at this guy just keep on going. He doesn't want to let you down, and he wants to get on top of you and pancake you. It's almost like they knew they were coming in together, see who get the most pancakes. They will put you on the floor in a hurry. I'm not sure who I've got as a comp for this guy at the moment. If Thomason is Jake Matthews, and I think Basantis is Luke Jokel. They kind of give me a Smash Brothers kind of mentality, bookends for the offensive line on the tackle side of things. Wow, the way that each one of them actually, the way that they move. I was even kind of surprised at Veteran and to see how he moved. It seemed like he was going to be a little slower than he was, but then you see these guys like making it down the field so far. They can, I mean, these guys can really move. They really can. I want to move you now over to some more meat and potatoes, because that's what this class is kind of about. And so we will stick with the high carbs and high protein for a bit longer. Let's move over to the defensive side, though, and get onto the line. I've got Rylan Kennedy for you here. Okay, he's out of Mansfield, Texas. Let me readjust here to get you a better view. All right, check this guy out. All right, he's 6'4", he's 210. I want you to watch him close, though, okay? Usually he's going to be the one that's making the play. His tape is not out there so much, quite like many others. He's he's not a high profile guy. He's, like I said, 210 pounds soaking wet out of Mansfield, Texas. So what do you see from this guy? Maybe he's kind of a bit more of a linebacker type. It's a possibility, right? Maybe he's a little bit more of the, I don't know if Antonio Johnson's quite the right person, but definitely edge. He's listed as an edge. He gives me a vibe. I'm just going to say it. He gives me a vibe of Von Miller. Yeah, I mean, he's a 3-star guy just like him. He plays bigger than his size. Von always did that. He he's undersized for position, right? And that's kind of the way Von was. But if you watch this guy, watch how he goes around some of these edges. Okay, so this is not a great one, but when we get to him doing more of a pass rush coming off the edge, he really knows how to hit that edge and kind of do that dip that Von is so very good at. If he could do half that, I mean, I'm sure he's going to take a little bit of time to develop. He is what? Like I said, he's undersized, so give him a couple years in the system, put on a little bit of weight, maybe get him up to 240. Hey, he could definitely serve as an edge. He could also roll right into a linebacker situation, which is a huge area of need that we've had the entire time. So, can he do either one? Possibly. Is he a little bit more of a hybrid? Probably. Can he get up on the line? Yes. Can he play back on linebacker? Yes. So he can do all those. And he's got the right size for it. And we'll see how his body transitions as he gets into our strength and conditioning program on our meal plan and everything. He might fill out a little bit. You just kind of never know how big they're going to get at this age. It's can be a little unsure. But if he hits that program hard, I mean, even for linebacker, you'd like to see him up at the 230 range. Yeah, at least 220 probably. 215 is not bad, but he right now, if we're even thinking about getting him down on the edge, I'd really like to see him 235, 240 for sure. So I think he'd be able to hold his own at that weight, but he'd be a little undersized for now. But that's no problem. We have a lot of depth at defensive line, and so he's got a couple years he can sit, and that's perfectly fine. Now though, what I want to do is get you over to my favorite commit that we've had so far. Get you a full view of this. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it well.
You know he is going to make an immediate impact on the field.
Impact-wise, I feel like this dude got to be number one.
Okay, so David Hicks Jr., the commitment, the video game. What kind of console we playing on here? Probably got to be a station, right? The station console. Yeah, I want to start the game. Let's start the game. Yes. Select your player for sure. I want to play with David Hicks, the #1 defensive lineman in the country. Ooh, no, not as a Texas or Oregon. Oklahoma don't want no smoke. Alabama, we're back to Oklahoma. I thought we just settled this. Pick no. Pick no. Good. I like to recap it like that. This is kind of how I watched it. This is what was fun for me. I think it's the most entertaining commitment video, and you got to hand it to this guy. He committed way back when, and he stuck with the commitment despite being said that he was going to flip and having crystal balls 100% for Oklahoma. And he stuck with it. I respect that. I respect that a lot. I know you all do too. It helps us to think about that character and what's kind of going on behind the scenes. Up here, we have talked a lot about whether or not guys are coming in and whether or not they are Aggies. And you commit far off. Remember, this is a #1 defensive lineman. And did he wait till National Signing Day? He did not. He did it early signing day. So there's a few factors in there for me that are talking about his level of commitment to A&M, not some bag that people are talking about, not some this or that or whatever it may be. This guy feels like an Aggie to me in the way this commitment rolled off. I'm very, extremely happy about that. Let's take a look at what he brings to the field. Like I said, he's the #1 defensive lineman. He's number 9 nationally, so he is a 5-star recruit. He's out of Katy, Texas. So he's playing big boy ball over there. He stands, 6'4"? He's 270 pounds. Golly. 270 pounds of mean. I mean, this is Texas bred Angus beef right here, right? I mean, 44 Farms variety. They need to probably sponsor this guy or something. Just shout out for him right here. Get him the NIL deal. Look at the moves. He's got moves like Jackson. And the strength. The strength is really something that stands out, between him and, Kennedy. Kennedy being a little small. Hey, don't do that. That we're watching football highlights, not wrestling. You can see he's in every play. He's all over the place. And he is a very physically imposing guy. Always got something going on too. So really liking that guy. I want to point out a few things too while we're at it. Let me bring up this. This is what's been kind of going on recently. Let's see when we get this where you can see get the full effect here. All right, Aaron Torres. Aaron Torres says, interesting how certain schools are covered. A&M signs #1 class in 2022, off an 8-4 year with a win over #1 Bama. They must be cheating, right? Miami signs #3 class in 2023, off a 5-7 year, has a booster who brags about paying players. Mario Cristobal is a great recruiter. Bomani, my man Bomani, not my man. Well, he says, it's because nobody but Aggie would go to College Station for free. Aggie's greatest disconnect is not understanding how the rest of us feel about that place. It skews how we see anyone who goes there. So let me get this right, Bomani. You looking at all these recruits differently because they're choosing to go here. Got it. Got it. So, this guy, he could be writing about anything. Anything. He takes time out of his day to go and write, put tweets out. He's got the time for this, apparently. I mean, this would be like, I don't know, if I'm working at a school, then in Texas, I would take time out of my day to go and call some school in Montana and tell them about how I don't like the way they're doing things over there. If I have time for that, I don't have time for that. I got better things to do. This guy doesn't have better things to do. This is one of the things top on his agenda. So it either pays to hate on us right now, which I'm fine with, by the way, or this guy's just got a deep-seated hatred. I don't know. Not sure what got you there, Bomani, my friend, but come on down. I'll show you the ropes, okay? But moving on, because we just having to carve out our own path on this. To be quite honest, I don't really think this is even paralleled in a lot of ways. The level of pushback we've been getting is something I think we're just going to have to feed into.